Hello dear students, today we are going to start a new chapter which is structure of atom. That is the second chapter for standard 11. Here once again there are separate videos for Gujarati medium students as well as English medium students. So in this chapter also there are separate videos for Gujarati medium students. Now this is for the English medium students only. This is very important as well as interesting chapter, students, because this chapter includes the concepts which can not be seen by our naked eyes in all our life. Whether you study MSc or whether PhD, you will not be able to see the orbitals or orbits of atom or nucleus of atom or proton or electron. So the things which cannot be seen by our naked eyes, we are going to study about those things in this chapter. So we have to apply our imagination power to understand this chapter. That's why this is most important and interesting chapter of our syllabus. If somebody asks me, sir, which is your favorite chapter? So my answer would be structure of atom. Very interesting chapter, and it will be very joyful to me to teach you this chapter. Okay, so let us start. Take your note and pen with you, and for this chapter also we will not follow our NCERT textbook, but I will study this chapter in my style, and we are going to learn all the things which are very essential and important for our board, JEE or NEET examination. Okay, so let us start with the scientists who have given us some information for the first time about atom. Now you know very well atom is the smallest particle of matter. So the first scientist named John Dalton. John Dalton was the first scientist who said that atoms are very fine and minute particles and we cannot divide it further. So atoms are indivisible. They cannot be divided into smaller particles. It is the smallest particle according to John Dalton. Dalton introduced his theory in 1804 to 1808. So in the beginning of the 19th century, Dalton said that atoms are the smallest particle of matter. They cannot be further divided. That means there is nothing smaller than atom in this world, according to Dalton. But you know very well it is not as true as it looks, because there are proton, neutron and electron. Now we have the knowledge about it. And proton, neutron and electrons lie in the atom. That means atom also contains further smaller particle than it. Okay. After some years, other scientists, J.J. Thomson introduced a model of atom in its time. According to Thomson, the atom is a spherical structure like a ball, and the whole sphere contains positive charge. But how this charge is acquired by the atom? There was no idea with Thomson, but he said that atom is a sphere and it is a positively charged sphere, and there are some negative charges scattered inside the atom. So this was the model introduced by J.J. Thomson at that time. Now if you look this figure carefully, then it will look like a pudding, or in our Gujarati, pudlo. And there are some raisins sparkle on the pudding. In Gujarati, it is said kishmish, dry grapes. So this is a pudding which contains some raisins. So it is known as raisins pudding. It is also named as plum pudding model, and it is also known as watermelon model because it looks like a half cut watermelon. These are the seeds of watermelon. So these are the names of the model of atom which was introduced by scientist named Thomson. Raisins pudding model, or plum pudding model, or watermelon model. And the theory was atom is having a spherical ball-like structure. Whole sphere is positively charged, and there are some negative charges scattered in this sphere. But after some years, one more scientist, or I should say a team of scientists, because a teacher and his two students were introduced a newer model of it. I will only write the name of teacher. The teacher was Ernst Rutherford. Rutherford is the scientist, and his two students, Ernest Marsden and Hans Geiger, they were the student of Rutherford. Rutherford experimented and he derived a new model of atom. According to Rutherford, atom is a spherical, like Thomson said, but this sphere is a hollow sphere, and there is a nucleus situated between or in the center of this molecular sphere or atom. According to Thomson, the mass of the whole atom is situated in its nucleus, and the remaining space is a hollow space. So this model of atom, which was introduced by Rutherford, is known as nuclear model of atom, because he said that there is a nucleus situated inside the atom, and nucleus is a positively charged area, and negative charge is around the nucleus. So this was the model of Ernest Rutherford. Now you can see what is the progress of the knowledge about the structure of atom. Okay, after some time, some more concepts were evolved, like wave mechanics as well as quantum mechanics, and scientists used such concept to know about the structure of it. One of those scientists was Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr also introduced a model of atom, and he used the concept of wave mechanics as well as quantum mechanics. And according to Niels Bohr, atom contains a nucleus, and electrons are rotating or revolving around the nucleus in different circular paths. All these paths are known as orbits. So Bohr's atom is also spherical. It also contains nucleus, which is positively charged, and negatively charged electrons are revolving around the nucleus in circular paths. There are different concentric circles around the nucleus. So atoms have orbits. This concept was introduced by Niels Bohr. But after some time, a new concept was found, and the concept was uncertainty principle. And there was one more principle introduced by Louis de Broglie. It is known as de Broglie principle. And one more concept that was introduced by Erwin Schrödinger, one of the best scientists who have introduced his concept to understand what should be the structure of atom. We are not able to see the structure of atom, but still, according to Erwin Schrödinger and its concept, we will be able to know more about the structure of atom. And wave mechanical model was introduced by Erwin Schrödinger, and the concept of orbitals was also introduced by Schrödinger. Orbits also contains orbitals. That means the sub part of orbit. We will learn about that orbital as well as orbit in this chapter in our proceeding videos. But according to Schrödinger, the model of atom should be like this. It is based on the probability for electron this is the nucleus of atom, and all these dash or dots are indicating the probability to have electron around the nucleus. And here there are some empty areas. These are known as nodes. So here in this model I have drawn two different nodes. This is node, this is another node. And the dotted area are orbitals. And according to Schrödinger, there is no specific boundary around the nucleus, or atom doesn't have any specific boundary, or an orbital cannot have any specific boundary according to Erwin Schrödinger. So these are different models, and this is an archive about the knowledge of structure of atom. So it is very interesting. There are different concepts at different times, and now in this era at 2020 we are going to discuss about all the structure of atom and try to find out what kind of structure atom does have. Okay, so pause the video and just write down what I have written on this whiteboard. Okay, now let me tell you one thing. Here the first name was of John Dalton, and he introduced that atom, a smallest particle, in early 19th century. So before that there was not any idea about atom, but no, it is not true. According to India and Indian scientists, or we call them Rushi, in that time, they also discussed about the smallest particle of matter. That is, in English it is atom, but in Sanskrit it is Parmanu and Anu. Parmanu and Anu. And there is one more word in Sanskrit, that is Kana. Kana. And if I write in Gujarati, then it will be like this. Kan. That means smallest particle. Raj Kan. That means the smallest particle of dust. So Kan is the word used for the smallest particle of matter in India. And according to Dalton, it is atom. So atom is ultimately said to be a Kan in Gujarati or in Sanskrit. And a saint named as Kanad. Kanad was the name of a saint who introduced the word Kan for the smallest particle of matter. This was the knowledge of our Indian ancient saints. Way before 19th century, Saint Kanad introduced the word Kan. And one more thing, and I have a proof about that. Let me tell you. The proof is, I am going to write a verse of Srimad Bhagavat over here. Now, I suppose you know about what is Srimad Bhagavat. Don't confuse between Srimad Bhagavat and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Both are different. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the conversation between Lord Krishna and Arjuna. But Srimad Bhagavad is a Puran. There are total 18 Purans, and Srimad Bhagavad is the 18th Puran, which was scripted by Ved Vyas, Maharshi Ved Vyas, who have also written Mahabharata. So, Gita is a portion or a chapter of Mahabharata, while Srimad Bhagavad Puran is itself a separate book. And the avatars of Lord Vishnu are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. And I am going to write a verse, that is a slok from Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, this is the slok or verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. I think it is situated in the 5th chapter. There are skands, skandha. Chapter means skand. And in each skand, there are so many adhyayas, sub-chapters. Okay. It says, Anu dvau parmanu syat trasarenu trayah smrutah jhalar ka rasmyavagatah khame patannagat. Now, Sanskrit is a very scientific language, and for each man or each student who are interested to learn science, they must have interest in Sanskrit. It is very important and essential also. It will be helpful to you to learn about science, because Sanskrit itself is a scientific language. We will discuss about it in our proceeding videos. But today, this slok is related to the name of our chapter. And mind it, this verse or this book, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, was written by Maharshi Ved Vyas way before 5,000 years. Dalton said in 1804, but this was written way before 5,000 years. Okay, Anu dvau parmanu syat. Dvau means two. Parmanu, that means atom. So here the word atom is there in our scripture. Srimad Bhagavatam contains the word atom, parmanu. So Parmanu or atom is not the word introduced by John Dalton for the first time. It was introduced by Maharshi Ved Vyas according to our scripture Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, Dvau means two. If two atoms combine with each other, then it will be said Anu. That means molecule. This is molecule. Parmanu means atom. Two atoms combine with each other to form molecule. This is a science and it is in Sanskrit language. One more thing. Trasarenu trayah smrutah. Two atoms combine to form molecule, and three such molecules if combined with each other, then it is said to be trasarenu. Three molecules will be converted into a species which is known as Trasarenu. Now there is no English word for Trasarenu. Trasarenu is the unique, or we should say maulik word for a species only in Sanskrit. Trasarenu. There is no word in English as well as in Gujarati. If you want to translate this Trasarenu into Gujarati, you have to write it in quote. It is Trasarenu and in italic script. Okay. Three molecules combine with each other to form Trasarenu. And now in these words, there is one more scientific concept. Now, just try to remember a topic which was, I think you have learned in your high schools. Tyndall effect. This was the word you should know, or I think it is in standard 9. Tyndall effect. If rays of light in dark room comes from a small hole from the ceiling, then some minute particles which are glittering in the path of that light. This phenomenon is known as Tyndall effect, and Tyndall is the name of a scientist, and according to the science journals and science books, Tyndall was the first man to introduce this phenomenon. But again in Srimad Bhagavatam, Jhalarka Rasmyavagatah. Jhalark means net and the portions of net. Each mesh of a net is known as Jhalark. And Rasmi means the ray of light. Avagatah means come. When rays of light come through the net or small mesh or small pore of a wall, when ray of light comes, Khamevanu Patannaka. Kham means space, Akash, space, Jagya. And in that space, these small, minute particles which are continuously moving and glittering, they are Trasarenu according to Srimad Bhagavatam. So, in Tyndall effect is also introduced in Srimad Bhagavatam. All I want to tell you is, don't read only the books which are in your syllabus or which are the part of your syllabus. There are so many books which are already in our home, and the confusing thing is that these books are only set in the shelf or our mandir. They should be worshipped, but the real worship of such books will be to acquire the knowledge from them, to read regularly them. So I request all of you that take any mythological scripture and ask your parents and grandparents to tell something from those books. They will increase your knowledge, they will increase your thinking power, and they will be helpful to you to live how we should live our life peacefully and joyfully. Okay, so being a teacher, it is my duty to tell you the true things. So this was science, and this was ancient science of India. So in this lecture I was only going to introduce the information about atoms. In our proceeding videos, we will learn more things about atoms as well as proton, neutron and electron. And I insist you to write this slope also in your note. Okay, so I hope you like this video, and if you are new and not subscribed yet, then please subscribe our channel, share this video among your friends, and one more thing, make your notebook regularly. It will be very helpful to you for the preparation of NEET as well as JEE examination. Till we meet next time.